Hello Yellow class, welcome to our home learning for week 5. I'm going to go through Monday and what I'd like you to do. Now, I've heard a rumour that Miss Allinson gets changed all the time when she's doing her videos. I'm afraid I haven't got enough time to do that, but I have come up with a system today, and today I have brought in some of my giraffe scarves and I'm going to change scarf every day. So today, this is our Monday scarf, okay? So just keep your eyes peeled because hopefully I'm going to remember to change them each day. So starting off with our home learning for Monday, we've got our speed sounds. So if you pause the video, quickly go through those and then have a go at spotting some of those. Well done. Right, our tricky words for this week. We have got the word any. Now, any, it's got a bit of a strange sound at the beginning because that is making a bit of an sound. It makes a funny sound at the beginning, any. A-N-Y. Then, similar to any, we've got the word many. M-A-N-Y. Remember those Y's are low down. Then we have the word clothes. We have to be careful with the word clothes because of this little letter E here. If we don't put that E in, that says cloths. And if you write the sentence, I am wearing cloths, that's a very different image than I am wearing clothes, which is why spelling is important. And we've talked about homophones before, haven't we? Where words sound the same, but they're spelled differently, how we have to make sure we get them right. So, clothes. C-L-O-T-H-E-S. Then we've got another tricky word here, beautiful. Now, if you think about the word this has come from, it comes from the word beauty, which ends in a Y. When we've added this full suffix on the end, the Y has become an I to add that on the end, so we get beautiful. B-E-A-U-T-I-F-U-L. Beautiful. So today on our phonics, we are revising the long E sound. Today we are looking at the double E, which tends to come in the middle of words. And if you're on Phonics Play, you need to look on phase 3, and the E with the 2 E's is on phase 3. And on your sheet, you have got some words so you can have a go at reading those, and more importantly for year 2, have a go at spelling them. Maybe you can come up with some other words that you can have a go at spelling. If you want to make your own phonics game, that is fine. So you've got all of those things there. Spelling Shed, again, Mrs. Welling will have put on Spelling Shed. You've got an activity for that double E, long E. There will be some other activities on there, and our tricky words will also be on there. So make sure you're having a go on Spelling Shed. Guided reading, so make sure you try and do some reading. I know it's very tricky when you haven't got books at home, but there are some online books you can have a go at reading. And our comprehension question for this week is a respond and explain. So that means you're responding to something and then you're explaining your answer. So based on what you know, how would you describe? So when you've done a little bit of reading, it might be a character, it could be a setting that's described in the book, could be anything. Have a think about something, and from what you've read, what do you know and how would you describe that thing to somebody else? Okay? So going on to our maths, going to start off today with all the pairs of numbers which make 9. So you might want to pause the video here on a piece of paper as quick as you can, write down all the pairs of numbers which make 9. Right, now you've turned the video back on, let's have a look at those pairs of numbers. 5 add 4, well done. Now that's often the first one we think of. It tends to be because we know 4 add 4 is 8, and we know that 9's one more, so it reminds us that 5 and 4 makes 9. We can also swap that one round, so we've got 4 add 5. Both make 9. Oh, that's a good one, isn't it? 1 add 8. 1 and 8 also makes 9. 2 and 7, well done. And again, both of these, we can swap those round. So 2 and 7 and 7 and 2. Oh, now this one's a bit tricky. Well done for remembering that one. 6 and 3. That one often gets forgotten. And 3 and 6. And we've also, we've also got 0 add 9, or 9 add 0. So those are all of our number bonds which make the number 9. Well done. Now today in our maths we are thinking about money, and today what I'd like you to do, I'd like you to make a shop. Now you might be able to borrow some things from the kitchen, you'll have to ask Mummy. You might need to draw a picture of your shop to remind you, because Mummy might need some of the things, or Daddy, to do the cooking. In your pack you have got some price labels. So what I want you to do is use these price labels to make a shop. With your prices though, just be a bit careful, and it does say on your instructions, don't price them higher than 50p. So they've all got to be less than 50p. So give 10 items a price and make yourself a little shop. And as I say, you might want to draw it, or if you're really lucky, Mummy or Daddy might take a picture for you so that you can remember the things that you've used, ready to use them tomorrow. Okay, so we're making our shop. Now, for our literacy this week, we are thinking about writing instructions. So it's a little bit like what we're doing in IT with our algorithms, because algorithms is another word for instructions. And today, what we'd like you to do is, for your lunch, maybe make a sandwich. You can make something else if you don't like sandwiches, but make yourself a sandwich. As you're making your sandwich, in your pack, you have got an instruction plan which will help you plan out what you're doing. Now, when you're doing instructions, you need to think about every single little step. And we're not just writing, get some bread, get a knife. We need to really describe what's happening. So down here, we can put the things that we will need, and then we need to think. So first of all, if I was making a sandwich, I'd have my plate, I'd have a plate, and on my plate I would put one piece of bread. And I might write the word bread, and I might write the word plate, because when I write my instructions, I'm going to need some of those words. Now, next thing, what would I do next? Oh, I think I'd scoop some butter onto my knife. That could be butter, could be spread. So I've got my box of spread, and I'm going to use my knife. So I've got a knife, and I used a good word. I used the word scoop. Sometimes, or you might say scrape. Sometimes people say they scrape the butter on the spread. So I'm going to put that on the knife. Then I would spread that onto my piece of bread. Okay? Think about the words that you're using. You might want to think about some adverbs, because they will be quite helpful when you're writing your instructions. Carefully, gently, softly. Think about those adverbs, and you might want to add them in. Instructional writing is all about giving people clear instructions and making sure that you've got the verbs in. And you get to be a little bit bossy when you're writing instructions, so you can do a little bit of that in your work today. So have a think about your instructions, work them all the way through, make that sandwich, and then you can even eat it for lunch. And then tomorrow we're going to be having a go at writing our instructions. Okay? Have a good afternoon, and I'll see you later. Bye for now.